Okay, so in this video, I'm just going to show you some simple edits that you can do for your light painting images. So I went ahead and opened up, these are from a student, and these are just their out of camera, oops, let me go ahead and zoom out so you can see all these. So these were some different light painting pictures that they had on their memory card, and you can see, oh, there's some cool stuff going on here. This is kind of neat. This is kind of neat as well, but a lot of the action's happening at the top of the frame. This one's pretty neat, but again, they're a little bit simple. So I want to show you how you can layer things together and combine and stack some of these things. So I'm going to go ahead and first figure out, I kind of like this one. I think I'll use this one as my base image. And I'm going to go ahead and take this image here, and I'm just going to copy and paste it. So to select everything, select all is Control A. And then I'm going to Control C is copy. And I'm going to go back to this one because this is going to be my base image. I like this one the best, but I feel like it does need a little bit more. And I'm going to Control V to paste. So you can see that just created a new layer there on top. Okay, so I can see it in my layer stack. I'm going to delete that and then just show you one more time. So Control A to select everything, Control C to copy, and Control V to paste. All right, so I want to combine both of these things. So what could I do? Well, certainly there's like this opacity slider. So if you want to have things at like varying strength, that's an option. But there's an even better way to combine these images together, and that is using blend mode. So I'm going to turn this back up to full strength because I like both of these images at full strength. So instead of doing the opacity slider, there's a drop down here. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and use what's called the blend mode. So right here, I'm going to take the normal drop down, and there's all these different blend modes. So some of them deal with exclusively light, and they will drop out the dark values of the image. So for light painting, this is perfect because we have this nice solid black background. So screen, and actually when you're first starting out, I suggest you just kind of pick one, and then just you can use your arrow keys on your keyboard to go through. So again, you can use your arrow keys. You can also go through here with your mouse. So lighten, okay, I'm getting something cool. Screen, color dodge, linear dodge, lighter color. Okay, it looks like all of these are gonna work nicely. Overlay, soft light, hard light, vivid light. These ones are gonna also deal with light, but in a little bit different way. So I think in this case, one of these blend modes, I'm gonna use linear dodge here in this case. All right, so I've now put these two together, and I can still do things like, lower my opacity a little bit, but it's not going to be as washed out as in the if I had only used the opacity slider and not used a blend mode. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and grab another, let's see, Control A, Control C, Control V, okay, and let's go ahead and pop another linear dodge, and you can see I can really stack these things. Now, don't forget, manipulate these things if you want. So this one I put on here, I can always Control T and transform it. I'm holding Alt so that way I can shift from the center, and feel free to, make things bigger, to turn things around. Maybe I want a little bit more light on, I don't know, the side here, so on and so forth. Okay, I can shrink things down as well. Just know if you shrink, you probably want this stuff to go off the edge so you don't get a hard line. All right, so lots of different things you can do. If you want to make a light seem brighter, Control J to duplicate it, and keep that blend mode on linear dodge, and you can see that it brightens up even more. So I'm going to Control J this a few times just so you can see it's getting brighter and brighter. So if you have any light layers that you want to make them a little bit brighter, Control J. And again, keep it reasonable. I'm going to go ahead and delete some of these because it's getting a little bit too crazy. Don't forget you can also, oopsie, Control J, Control T. Maybe I want to take this same light and keep that shape going and move that like so on and so forth. Okay, play with the opacity. You can also change the color of your layers. So let me go ahead and I'm going to turn these ones off for now, and I'll show you. Let's see, let's take another copy of this layer. So I'm going to duplicate this, Control J, Control T. Maybe I'll move this one down. I'll make it a little bit bigger, and I'm going to show you how you can change the color. All right, so I can change the color of this by using hue saturation. All right, that actually cuts off, so I'm going to just flip horizontal, oopsie. Oh, my computer's super slow here. All right, there we go. Maybe I'll do something like this. All right, so to change the color, you can use the hue saturation. So there is here image adjustments and hue saturation. If you use this menu, it's a permanent change. So it is better to, again, do everything non-destructively. So I'm gonna use my yin yang here. I'm gonna go to my hue saturation. Okay, I can slide this. And then if I wanted to only impact one layer, I can right click, create clippy mask. And now you can see it is only impacting this one layer right here. Okay, let's say I like, all of these colors, but for some reason I want this green to be different. So let me go ahead and find that layer, which is this background one here. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and open my hue saturation. And this time, I'm gonna use just go ahead and put my clipping mask on so it only impacts this one image. And let's say I wanna only change the green values. I like this purple and this white. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab my little hand here, and I can use my eyedropper to sample the greens. Now the greens are pulled up, and I can go ahead and slide just the greens. So now I'm impacting only the greens. Oh, I really like that orange, awesome. I can saturate it even more if I want as well. So this is how you can kind of individually change some of the colors. You can also use layer masking. So let's say I really like this here, but I don't like this really hard line. I'm gonna go ahead and add a layer mask. I'm gonna get my black paintbrush, and you can do a soft brush, low opacity, and you can see I can kind of fade that little edge there. That was too hard, and it was making it too obvious that that was a separate image, so on and so forth. Okay, so lots of different things that you can do. You can layer these images together. Again, Control A, Control C, Control V, Control T. Give yourself a blend mode. Okay, let's go ahead and put this on. Oh, I have a clippy mask here. Let me just move this to the top of my stack. And I'm gonna do linear dodge. And I'm liking this green, but maybe I don't want this blue over here. So again, I can use my layer mask and get rid of the blue over here. Or fade that. So if there's different portions that you wanna fade as well. Sorry, did I stop this?